Sup guys, it's me, Carlos Moreno. I'm your host. Welcome to Moreno Boxing TV. I'm back with another video. I've been away for a while. It's been a week since I uploaded my last sparring video. I have been training, I have been sparring. I feel better, I feel stronger, fitter. I've been sparring with some decent guys now, with pros as well. So yeah guys, I'm just bringing you another video. In this video, I just decided to go down to my gym in Clapham, Moreno Boxing in Clapham, and I just sparred with the beginners there just to sort of work on my timing, my reflexes and stuff. So you're gonna see a lot of hands down, a lot of head movement and things like that. So I'm just really just having fun with it and just playing around. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Peace. Let's get ready to boxeo. Alright, so here we go guys. So you can see from the stance, my opponent, he's got a low right guard. His left hand's a bit too low. He's looking a little bit gun shy already. So, you know, I'm not going to be throwing hard shots or even trying to hit him too much. So you can see here, I'm parrying his jab. I slip, a 1-2, pretty easily actually. Slip again. So he's finding it really hard to hit me. Let's have a look at that one more time. So I'm here. So you can tell already that I have more experience in terms of the way that I got my range, the way that I make him miss his punches. But it's just a good opportunity I found to practice, you know, to get my reflexes back, get my timing and just practice my defense. So here I'm doing a lot more movement. One thing that I would say, I got to keep my head up. You know, I was putting my head down a little bit. That's not great against a more experienced opponent. I'll probably have a bit of trouble. So again, as you can see, my hands are right down by my waist. I'm looking to use my shoulder to block those shots. I would say I probably haven't been hit with a clean shot yet this round. So now I'm flicking out my jab just to encourage him to fight back, just encourage him to throw something back. I'm not trying to throw hard punches because I don't want to oh, that was a slick little move there. So let's have a look at that again. So I got my range, I make sure my right guard's up, I slip, 2 punches, then I pivot. Touch him with a jab because I know I've got the longer reach, take a little step back to reassess my range, and then we just keep it moving. So one more time, so got my range there, I slip inside and I pivot. I could, yeah, you know, I could have thrown a 1-2 or heavier shots, but I just touched him with a jab just to get my range, just to show him I got a longer reach. And that's the end of the round. That was just a little warm-up. So now we got another dude coming in. Let's see what he's saying. He looks like he's ready to go, man. We're about to do this. All right, straight into it. Okay, this guy comes out pretty fast, quite aggressive, throwing his jab, trying to land the right hand. As you guys see, I've got my guard nice and tight. You can see from all the extra movement that he's doing that he doesn't really have the experience. He's doing a lot of extra movement. I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, he caught me there with a good right hand. You know, it was a good collision punch as I'm going to my left. He throws the right hand. I didn't expect that shot. I didn't feel it, but you know, these are the things that I want to work on against lesser opponents, not getting tagged with that overhand right. Here we see me getting off that jab a little bit more. I started off just doing, I think I was doing 1.5 minute rounds with them, or 1 minute rounds just to warm up, to start out with. So I'm trying to put a little bit of pressure because I know how people are when after they've thrown all their shots, they get a little bit tired. So I've got my high guard, and I'm just coming forward. This guy is gigantic, man. You guys can see the size difference. What was going through my head at that time, don't get hit. Just don't let him hit you. Keep it moving and box smart. I didn't know how good this guy was, what his story is. I knew they were beginners because this is kind of like a beginner boxing class that I went to. But look at that size, man. That guy, if he decides to try and throw a big right hand, boy. So as you guys can see, he's trying to get off the jab because he knows he's got the size advantage. So he's putting a lot of pressure on me. He's holding center ring. It'll be very difficult for me to barge in and try to take center ring from him using my strength because he's just a bit too big. So I'm using a lot of lateral movement, a lot of slipping, covering up. I got my high guard. If you notice, my hands are not as low as they were before. So I'm trying here. I try to use a lot of feints, and I get off my jab. As he's jabbing, I'm slipping and jabbing at the same time because he's got such a long reach. Oh, there I was asking him whether he's wearing a gum shield because I wasn't trying to hit him to the face because I didn't realize that he didn't have a gum shield. Okay, next round. So we got a minute with the other guy. So these are just minute rounds that I'm doing just to warm up. Got my high guard. I'm working on, you know, just range, staying close to my opponent. I can see that he's a little bit frustrated, like he's a little bit worried to get hit. He's looking scared, so I'm using my feints to kind of make him even more afraid, to increase his fear. And I'm looking for the mistakes. You know, I can see the shots, as you guys can see there. I can see the shots, but I'm not throwing them. So, you know, I'm just taking a little step back. I throw a really slow jab. So I'm trying to encourage him to come forward. So when you guys are sparring beginners, it's not about attacking them so much as it's about working on your defense. So this is how you really should be sparring beginner boxers. You should be working on your defense, letting them attack you, putting pressure. So you see there, you know, cheeky little walk in. I'm just walking towards him. Look, I'm just walking there. And just sort of like touching him a bit. So I'm trying to help him as well. By not throwing hard shots. So these are just minute rounds. You know, we're just doing a little light warm up, and then we're gonna go to the longer rounds a bit later. But you can see this guy looks really terrified to be even close to me. That's why I'm not even throwing any punches when I get close. But it still gives me a little. So when he throws something back, it still allows me to work on my defense a little bit. So here we go with the big guy again, guys. So this time, I'm going to try to be a little bit more aggressive. I will try to come forward. The round is a bit longer. I think it's a 2-minute round or a 3-minute round. So I did a 1-minute round with each of them, and now I'm going to do a 3 or 2-minute round. Now I'm looking to put a little bit of pressure on the bigger guy and see if I can back him up. Having said that, that's a tall order because, you know, this guy is just huge. So you can see the guard up, and I'm trying to draw his lead hand. I'm trying to draw out his jab, so I'm trying to slip on the inside, slip on the outside, pull back, and I'm trying to see if I can land my jab to the body, to the head, and see if there's any connect there so I can back him up a little bit. So as you guys can see, I'm already starting to take center ring a little bit more. So when you're fighting a bigger guy, this is the sort of stuff you should be doing. You assess them from round 1, you assess their positioning, etc. And obviously you don't want to get caught too early with the heavy shots. But once you've got their range and their timing, you start looking to connect like I just did there. You know, I look through a cheeky little right hand. He's taking his head guard off. So I'm looking to connect punches to let him know, hey, I might be smaller, but I've still got bite, and I'm going to connect shots on you. So you need to watch your positioning. If I can make him worried that he's going to get hit, that I can actually land punches even though I'm the shorter guy, that's going to force him to back up a little bit. Even the shots that I'm missing, so sometimes like I said, you know, I'm not trying to hurt these guys, I'm more experienced than them, but even the shots that I'm missing, that was a good little 1-2 there, even the shots that I'm missing there, it still puts him on the back foot because I'm missing punches, but he knows that an inch closer and it will land. So here now I'm holding my ground a little bit more, and I'm trying to, I could avoid a few more of these shots. I didn't need to take some of these punches that I'm taking, but you know, I'm just, because they're not really high level, I don't need to worry so much about it, and that can give me a bad habit of, you know, dropping my hands a bit too much and getting hit. But as you guys can see, look now, he went from having center ring to now getting backed up onto the ropes, even though he's the bigger guy. That was good right hand, but anyone who knows me knows I can take a shot. So a lot of movement. A good style to fight against these taller guys would be something like a Lomachenko. So what I did there backing him up, I could have pivoted and gone off to the side. Okay, I think that's the round. Cool, on to the next one. Again, here we go. This is a longer round again, so let's see what happens. So as you guys saw there, after my jab, I slipped. So even though I'm not taking this seriously, I don't allow them to get shots off. I don't allow them to land their punches. Doubling up. Here I'm working on just an educated double jab. An educated double jab is your hands are nice and tight, you're looking through the middle of your guard, you're stepping into your punch, and you're looking at the target and you're punching through the guard, jab, jab. So I'm just looking at this educated double jab, and I'm trying to use my reach to keep him at the end of my punch so he can't get his combinations off. Jab. That's it. At the same time, after I jab, I'm looking to implement some defense, head movement, feet. Again, looking for that educated jab. So now what I'm doing is I'm trying to practice the timing of my jab. So either I wait for my opponent to jab with me to see if I can jab faster than him, or I wait for him to jab and finish his jab and then I jab straight after. So I'm trying to time my attacks. So double up the jab, just trying to look for the gap in his movement. So usually when fighters punch, they can't punch non-stop. There's always going to be a gap. So I'm trying to analyze when the gap is and when there's a lower defense. There I go to the body with 2 good shots to the body, putting a bit more pressure. Another good right to the body. These are not hard shots, you know. If you look at my face, it looks intense simply because I'm just focusing, but they're not hard shots that I'm throwing. As you see there, look, I showed him the right hook and I just pulled it back because I saw that he looked a bit afraid. That was a good sharp jab. Guys, these are not the greatest opponents, but it's good enough to practice. Again, as you see there, I'm missing my shots on purpose. I'm not even trying to land shots no more, especially the right hand, missing it on purpose. Don't want to hurt anybody. Coming with a long uppercut. So if you guys really want to improve your sharpness and your defense, it's always good to spar against. That was a good uppercut there. It's good to spar against these lower level opponents, so you don't have to worry too much about what's coming back. And then you can just work on your reflexes, your timing, your defense. Oh, good pull counter there. I think he actually asked me for another round. This was a tough guy. He asked me, can we go again? I want to learn. I feel like I'm learning from you and you're not hitting me hard. So let's do it again. I was like, cool, man, I'll give you another round. So here I'm putting a little bit more pressure because he asked me to go a little bit, he wanted me to go a bit more intense with him because he wanted to learn. So I'm just letting my hands go. But as you guys can see, they're more arm punches than anything. They're not hard shots. And I'm not putting much intensity in the punches at all because, I just don't want to hurt these guys. But I'm trying to work the body as well. Now, this is still good cardio. This is still really good cardio, even though it's not hard, I'm not throwing hard shots or anything like that. It's still really good cardio. I'm still getting a nice little workout. It's not high intensity, but he's throwing back. He's letting his hands go. I get to practice my defense. So when I get close to him, I just work like it's a punch bag. I just let my hands go just so I can, get a little bit of cardio there. But here I'm being the pressure fighter. Now, if you've been watching this from the beginning, you'll notice that I've implemented so many different styles. I've implemented shoulder roll, I've implemented high guard, I've implemented pressure fighting, defensive fighting, counter punching, leading off with the feet, leading off with the hand. So all the stuff that I teach in my tutorials, I work on a lot of that, in sparring. Here, that was a little bit cheeky. I missed a 1-2 and I just leaned on him a little bit just to control his head. Here, I'm just letting my shots go. Sharp jab. So this is intense pressure. Even though I'm not throwing hard punches, you know, because of my experience, my brain is working on a much higher level than his. So I don't necessarily need to think as much to, you know, let my punches go and to ensure my defenses are right and to look for my counter shots. Whilst being less experienced, he's having to work a lot harder mentally to think about what to do and how to turn this around. Whilst I'm just coming forward and just doing what I've always done, even to the point where I can do things like this. So my advice to you guys is, you know, hopefully you've watched this video and you can rewatch it a few times. Like, rewatch it, look at the things that I'm doing, and you know, look at the way I'm doing the shoulder roll, look at the way that I'm parrying shots, that good shoulder roll counter there. So every time he throws the right hand. So a lot of the techniques that I know I can do, I didn't even do them here because there was no need for that for it at that level. Counter shot there. So I just turned it up a tiny bit more. Right guys, look, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope there wasn't a lot of analysis because it wasn't a super competitive spar. It was just something just to get my head back in the game, work on my slipping, my shots, etc. Like I said, I haven't uploaded in a week, so I have more videos, more sparring videos against professional boxers, white collar fighters, amateur boxers, which I'm going to be releasing in the next couple of days. But this is just something for you guys to see what I've been doing recently. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Appreciate all the feedback that everyone's been giving me. I appreciate what everyone's been saying, things that I gotta work on. Leave your comments there. And if I feel that your comment is worth me looking at it carefully and maybe practicing and implementing it into my training and my boxing craft, I will do that. Thank you guys, and remember to always keep your guard up and be ready to box sale. Peace.